Hello friends, this is Barbara from Wigs and Fluff. Now today what I have for you is different ways to store your wigs. And I'm going to start first, I have them all down here. So I'm going to start first with the basic plastic bag. These are just plain old, this one's empty but you can still see the box, storage bags from Kroger or Publix or any of those other. They're like $3 or $2.50 or something like that for a box of like 38 or 40 of these gallon size bags. So what you would do is you would take your wig and you would place it, here I'll just do this one. You would take the wig and you would put it right into the Ziploc bag like this. Preferably turn it inside out first. That would probably be the best. Let me see it. Turn it inside out like this. And then put it inside the bag with the tag. I'm not sure where the tag for this one went to. Uh-oh. But at any rate, we'll worry about that in a minute. There we go. And then what I do is I press out all the air. All the air. There we go. So it's all shrunk up like that. This is a good way to store your wigs. I think it keeps the dust out, and you can find it. You can write on the front of it if you want to, or what I do is I just put the tag right here. But this one I've lost the tag already on, so. But it is a Noriko, so it's going to be fairly easy to figure it out. Right here it says that this is the Meagan in Strawberry Blonde. In Strawberry Swirl, sorry. It is the Meagan in Strawberry Swirl. So I can just put this right in the bag and I can store it like this. Little Noriko wig. And there we have it. That's one way you can store the wigs. So I think I'll just keep the Meagan out, and maybe I'll put it on for you at the end. This is Strawberry Blonde. Really pretty little wig. I really like it. Now, the next thing I have, storage ideas, is this one, and I want to cut the tag off this. I got these at Goodwill, and there were like 6 or 8 of them, and I went ahead and bought them all. These are little flower hooks. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? With a little hook right there. So what you would do would be to turn it inside out, and, sorry, I need about 4 hands today. So you have your hook, you turn it inside out. There's the Meagan. She's going to go inside out like this, pretty much inside out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't really. I don't always turn her inside out. And then I hang her by that tag like that. And then I would put the hook, like the nail right through the middle. And then hang her on that. And I can do 2 or 3 at a time on this little hook. It will hold 2 or 3 at a time. So if you can find little hooks like this, they're great. They work perfectly, and the Meagan is looking just fine. So the next thing that you can do to store your wig is in a little plastic tote box. Now what I do when I do this is, sorry, I keep knocking everything off my little bench here. I put my wig inside my bag. Of course, I have to push the air out. You always push the air out. So that it's flat. and then with the tag, put the tag in there, and then I store them in this little tote box, which is great. You can have a little tote box like this for every different manufacturer. One for Paula Young, one for Noriko, one for Estetica, Raquel Welch, Eva Gabor, whichever kind that you have. So this is one way, and you can just get them right out, and it works pretty much perfectly. Another thing that you can do, I am having a lot of trouble down here, but another thing you can do is to get a pretty box. Now they have these pretty boxes that are not too much more over at the Hobby Lobby or other place like that, and you can take and store them in a nice little pretty box like this, and you can simply write on the edges or somewhere like that, Noriko, or if you care to do that, if you want to organize them by manufacturers, just put the name of the manufacturer around the outside of this thing. It will work perfectly well. So this is a great way to store wigs in a pretty little box like that. So I use storage boxes all the time. Now then, another way to store your wig is on a styrofoam, I'm getting there, really I am, a styrofoam head. And these will work fine. The only drawback with styrofoam heads is that you might get some dust on your wig if your house is dusty like mine. Mine's always dusty. And there is the Meagan. She's a pretty girl. And strawberry swirl. This is a pretty strawberry swirl. This one looks different from the other strawberry swirls I've had. So anyways, you can just store them like this on a wig head, and you can write, like this one had, the Soft Romance right down here, Caramel, Eva Gabor on that side, and you know exactly what you've got on that wig head. So that's a possibility. Now, if you want to go to other hanging ideas, this one is a hanger that I use over here on the side of my bathroom, and it's got 1, 2, 3 hooks, but it's got one on the top and one on the bottom. You can actually use the top and the bottom, and I do 2 or 3 on each hook. I do. I hang them all together 2 or 3 at a time, and it doesn't hurt the wig that I've found. So this one works really well. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. It was like $10. You can get them 40% off even, and it's not much at all. And just hang them on the wall of your bathroom. You can get 9 wigs on this one if you want. All right, the last one that I have is one of these expandable ones. Watch your fingers when you use this. This will pinch your fingers. But these are expandable. And look how many knobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 knobs on here. And you can hang this. I hang this one back here at the side. And you can see how really helpful one of these is. I forget what I paid for this, probably around $15, something like that. They're not expensive. Hobby Lobby carries them. They do. Sometimes they're hard to find in stock. Walmart carries something similar. So these little expandable shelves, you can hang them. They've got little hanging hooks on the back, and you just hang them up on your wall. Put a nail in the wall, and that's it. So those are some ideas that I have. I also use bags, pretty bags, like my tote bags, and I will put different ones in a different tote bag as well, like Paula Young or Estetica or something like that. And I'll keep them all together by tote bags. That system works pretty well too. So those are some ideas for you about how to organize your wigs. There's one other thing, and I'm going to show it to you. It's over here. And I'm going to take it off and show it to you. And I have a ring over here that I hang this by. And I don't have too many on it right now so you can really see. But this is a ring, like a hanger that you would put scarves on. But instead I use my hooks and I hang some of my wigs from it. So that's what I do with that. You can just hang one on each one of these hooks, or you can just use it to hang. And also I have a little round hook here that I use to hang even more. So I've got a lot of them hanging back there that I can use that. And when you get too many, what you can do is pack up a few and take them to the Goodwill. There are lots of people who cannot afford a wig, and they would love to be able to find a wig for $5 or whatever the Goodwill charges for that. So I would definitely try to do that. When you get too many, you can just take them, or you can take them to the American Cancer Society or lots of these other places. I've done a video on what to do with old wigs or wigs that you don't use anymore. You can also sell them on eBay or some other websites. So there's lots of things that you can do with wigs after you're finished and you don't want to wear it anymore. So now I want to talk to you about something else, and that is the ascension. In Acts 1:4, the Bible tells us that Jesus stayed about 40 days after he arose. After he arose from the dead, he stayed around and showed himself for about 40 days. There's tons of witnesses in the Bible, tons of witnesses of people who saw him. And not only Jesus walking around, but those who were resurrected with him when he was resurrected. It was like the special effects. All of these people who were dead and in their graves were walking around. And quite the sight. Quite the sight. But at the end of the 40 days, Jesus instructs his disciples to remain in Jerusalem until they were empowered by the Holy Spirit for the rest of their work. The disciples were still wondering, was Jesus going to conquer the Roman Empire, the enemy of Israel at that time, and take back the land that belonged to Israel? But he tells them that this is not for you to know things or seasons which the Father has put in his own authority. So he tells them, I'm not going to tell you that right now. I'm not going to tell you when. Then a cloud appeared, and Jesus was taken up into heaven to take his seat at the right hand of the Father. And 2 angels appeared and were present as his ascension, as he rose into the heavens on the cloud. And that's the story of the ascension. And Jesus arose from the dead. He was crucified. Lots of witnesses show that he was crucified. Lots of witnesses show that he arose from the dead. He spoke to a lot of different people, not just the disciples. And that he ascended into heaven. Ascended into heaven to be at the right hand of God. And that's my story for today. And I pray that you will put your trust in Jesus today. Put your trust in Jesus because he loves you so much. Now the wig I'm wearing right now is the Coco wig by Rene of Paris. And I forget the color, but it's a cute little wig. I decided I would wear the Coco wig today to do this video. And I really like it. So that's my story for today. Oh, I said I would put on the Meagan. Almost forgot. This is the Meagan that I was using for demonstration purposes, and I don't think I've reviewed this one quite yet. So I thought I would slip it on and see what she looks like. Really cute, really quick. This is Strawberry Swirl. It's a Noriko. Cute little wig. Really cute little wig. Adorable. Strawberry Swirl. So, I don't know if I've got the back done or not, but here goes. Yeah, she looks pretty good in the back. Pretty Strawberry Swirl. Isn't that a pretty color? It's a kind of a red with some highlights of platinum in it, so to speak. Like a red with highlights of platinum. Oh, didn't have it on right. There we go. That's much better. I forgot to do my ear tabs. Okay. That feels better now. The bangs look great. And I really like it. It's really cute. This is a little preview of coming attractions. And I'll give you a review of the Meagan in another video coming up soon. That's my story for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.